Hey folks, Odd here with your morning Outer World news. Just wanted to say, as you can tell, my computer is back up and running. So yes, I would like to thank everybody for the donations, and it's a huge blessing to know that I have people, that there's still people out there like that are willing to help somebody that's down and out. My other computer is not doing too well, and my wife uses that for homework because she is currently enrolled in University of Phoenix. So yeah, and I'm just really grateful and thankful and blessed that to have viewers like you, subscribers, friends, just really blessed, and I thank all of you for everything you've done to help me out. My computer does still have two little issues with it. For some reason, the mouse pad and buttons aren't currently working, but I think for some reason my date and time when I turned the computer back on reset itself to 2008 for some reason, January 1st. And I guess I tried to install drivers, but I guess those weren't the right ones for the mouse pad. I might have to restart and check. And then in the process of trying to do and fix my computer, taking on and off the casing, I busted the power button. So I guess I'm gonna have to order one of those. So yeah, computer's back up and running, and it seems to be running faster than it was before, which is weird, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I fixed it. And it's kind of crazy. You ever heard of baking a motherboard? Well, in order to reflow the current, I had to bake the motherboard, and there is actually, what it does is heats up all the little teensy weensy tiny like soldering areas where the circuits are, and helps them close back up during cooling. I did that, put everything back together, hit the power button, boom, computer on. Then the mouse pad wouldn't work, so that's why I kept taking it apart and busted the daggone power button. But I got it back up and running, and I'm going to show you exactly how I found out how to do this. Motherboard heats up, and this is my computer right here. It's an Inspiron 15, okay, M5030. And this is a common 7-beep error code problem with all of these laptops that I've been having. It's not just mine, it's a common thing, and now I understand why there's so many problems on it. If there's a problem like this, and it's so common, shouldn't there be a recall and I should get a free laptop? Or they should fix it and send it back? Because that's their error, not mine. It happens with cars, right? I think it should happen with any faulty machinery. It's like selling somebody freaking a brand new shoe with no sole in it. You're gonna want your money back, right? So what they would do is they would let the computer beep for 15 minutes, heat up, and then it will cut back on, but it will always cut back off. You could wrap it in blankets and all that stuff and let the motherboard heat up, and then the same exact thing. So what I did is this guy. To take it apart, he says stick it in the oven, but I use a heating gun because I don't want to contaminate my food or let out toxic fumes into my home. So I used a heating gun, and let everything cool, put everything back together, power's on and off, now I have to turn it off like coming over here, and if I want to turn it back on I have to get the switch, take it to the IDE cable, hold on to it really tight, turn the power button on, and then have to put it back. So I need to order that. So that's it. Now on to the news. Russia grounds Mi-8 helicopter fleet after crash in Saratov. Russian Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Viktor Brunglov has suspended all flights by military Mi-8 helicopters following Tuesday's crash. The commander made such a decision pending an investigation into the crash of an Mi-8 helicopter. Now, what's weird is it's not just this helicopter that's crashed. Okay, we've had a few other plane crashes. I'll get to that here in a minute. But also, Japan to tighten nuke safety after incident at research facility. Pyongyang says South Koreans can re-enter joint Kaesong Park. after it was shut down. But South Korea wants to talk to the government, not its civilians. So, sorry, I didn't put all this stuff together. So it says here, chill on the peninsula, Seoul shuns North Korea's efforts to soothe tensions. North Korea's apparent attempts to reduce tensions with its southern neighbor found no welcome in Seoul, which has slammed the North's proposed negotiations in a two-faced invitation to commemorate a key 2000 peace conference. So tensions are still up over there, so keep an eye out on that. Also, 3 Lebanese soldiers killed near Syrian border. Gunmen killed 3 lesbians. I was about to say lesbians. Sorry about that, excuse me. Lebanese soldiers at a checkpoint in eastern Bekaa Valley near the country's border with Syria. The attackers then fled into the rebel-controlled Syrian territory. 2 soldiers died in the attack on Tuesday early morning near the town of Auroval, while the third was succumbed to wounds later in hospital. So, I don't know. Guess we'll keep our eyes out on that as well. Sorry, I should have organized these a little better. Just good to have this back, I guess. Friend, not foe. Dumping China urges EU to drop punitive import tariff. So, China is upset at the EU. And not really as bad as Russia. Russia's really upset with the EU right now over that whole arms embargo with Syria. So I have to keep our eyes out on those. Also here, Chile, Argentina ordered evacuation around steering southern volcano. So Reuters, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this now. But look at this. I mean, it's a lot of volcanoes erupting, folks. Everywhere. Then there's talks of the Lacion volcano erupting in California. There's been some activity around Mount St. Helens. Not smoke or anything, but small little tremors. Yellowstone. Then we have those earthquakes last night. Something to watch. You know, up there in California and off the coast. I mean, Canada and off the coast of Canada. Also, 2 Greenville men dead in central Georgia plane crash. See, here's more plane crashes here. Supposedly a Piper PA-32 single-engine plane wrecked, went down, and 2 men died. You know, and then also here, more. You know, the helicopter crash and that. Then pilot rescued after a U.S. F-15 fighter jet crashes off Japan. Supposedly the pilot did eject in time and he is okay. So, I don't know, folks. I mean, it's just, you know, the cause is still under investigation, and I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Is it because of this electron storm that we're going under? I think so. World's Earthquakes, January 2012 through May 2013, visualization map. Or visualization map. Sorry, tongue-tied. Need to get some rest working on this daggone computer for the past 2 days. It's burning me out. But this is from Adrenaline Junkie Jason Hendricks. You guys have to see this because it is crazy on how many earthquakes that we've really had and how they've been manipulating stuff too. Also, Out of Time, Prepare Now. It's a very interesting video. She thought that the asteroid was going to hit last night, but she has a good point up to about where the 30th is. So we still have to watch. You know, global coastal events not off yet. You know, people are still protesting. You know what I mean? And it's still going to happen. It could be an asteroid impact, or it could be these volcanoes. I mean, earthquakes and volcanoes. But as you can see, you know, 74 reports on the 26th. I heard 2 booms that night, and there's 2 separate incidents. Okay, it was that night, and then right here, look, on the 27th, 2 different incidents, and I thought I heard 2 booms. May 27th, 31 reports, Connecticut, D.C., Delaware, New Jersey, New York. And I thought I heard a boom again, like, later on this morning, actually, during the day, but no reports on here yet of that. But still investigating, 55 more reports, folks. Something to keep an eye on. Also here on Lunar Meteor Hunter's blogspot, here's Australia, also North America. You know, here's all the ones here. As you can tell, this computer is a lot faster you know, than my other one. That's why I like it. Now I have to use a USB mouse. That way I can give you guys more news. Here's the current and the most up-to-date image from LASCO C2 of our star. Also, as you can see here, you know, pretty much nothing on the sun. Everything's dying down. We are currently in a huge electron storm right now. So blue's still off. So don't know where that's at, because they said the satellite's down, and there's supposedly going to be more satellite disruptions. Blue's gone here as well. So check that out. You know, still having some small storms here. The KP index. You know, radiation storm has died down, so that's good, I guess. But you know, radiation storm to geomagnetic storm to electron storm. Getting crazy. Here's pitch angle here, cosmic ray density up on one chart here. I mean, this is just I mean, I never barely see anything like this on these kinds of charts, but huge drops. So pitch angle is definitely something to keep an eye on. Muon monitors are also acting a little funky, but as you can tell here, the drop off, like the heartbeat, is now shot back up on MacMurder real-time data. Here on the RioMeter, still showing minor plasma penetration. It's not as bad as it was before, but we're still getting plasma penetration. We are still currently in a minor solar storm, and with the CME that's impacting Earth right now, you know, it's about over 800 kilometers a second right now at wind speed. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Also 4.6 here in Indonesia, 5.0 in Fiji, 4.9 New Zealand, another 5.4 in Russia. Now here's the crazy one, is a 4.4 in Canada, which is a very rare quake. We just had the 4.6, there it is in Indonesia. But you see this right here? It says that's rare. You know, 4.5 and a 4.4, and there's also been some down over here. Now I'm watching this area here and down over here because it seems to be getting more activity over here. Now there's a 3.9 in the Dominican Republic too, so that's something else to watch out for. Also here on RSOE, you know, showing all the quakes and stuff, and Mount Popo is erupting. So there's a lot in the heat wave over here in India. You know, supposedly over here in Australia, some spot right now is getting a lot of snow. So here it is, I went ahead and found it. It's Queenstown, Kirk Peak ski area counts down to opening. Right now it's saying a strong cold southerly has dumped more than 20 centimeters of thick white powder on the peak. Also in other areas, if you guys want to look into it, this is today, snow falling over there. And also New Zealand also had an earthquake, 4.9. So go ahead and keep our eyes out on that. Also here on spaceweather.com, you're talking about the electron storm that we're currently under. You know, with about 700 kilometers a second. You know, that's way over 1,000,000 miles an hour. So, you know, also the new cloud season begins, and also the planetary alignments. That's something I wanted to talk to you guys about too, with these planetary alignments. Remember, these things are going to line up like this. 1, 2, 3. And that's what I seen in my dream right before the asteroid strike. And this is going to happen within the next few days. Okay. That was in my dream. So we're going to have to keep our eyes out on that. Also, I want to show you guys this stereo. Every single one behind HI2, you know, HI1, you know, ahead on both of them. It's just they're acting up. And I know NASA was saying something about they've been having some satellite problems right now because of all this wind, and the electrons are overcharging their solar energy right now. So we might have some satellite problems and satellite disruption, so take heed to that. There you go, folks. Just wanted to give you guys your news and give you guys the update on everything. Like always, all links will be provided at the bottom. And thank you all for your love and your support. You know, I couldn't do this without you. And for everybody that provides links, commenting, and everything, you know, I always try to get to you. Past few days, it's been really difficult to keep track of everything because the other computer is like close to like death. So I'm so glad to have this one back up and running. You know, I was scared there for a minute. I thought that this was it, and I'm going to have to buy another one. So there you go, folks. Much love to you all, and may God bless.